They say we should be kind and put the needs of others above our own. But does anyone tell us that being excessively kind and considerate can be dangerous? We live in a world where we don't always get what we give, because it is full of generous people who recognize how their contributions drain them both financially and emotionally, can be overly kind, and even put our own lives in danger, and are surprised by the bad things that can happen to us when we are kind today. Before we continue, I invite you to like and share in the comments a word that symbolizes the inner strength you want to develop to achieve a truly prosperous and serene 2024. Now back to the video. I'm going to tell you 8 negative things that can happen to you if you're overly kind, and I'm going to show you 4 challenging ways to stop people from taking advantage of you. Let's move on to the number without further ado. You will have a lot of expectations from people. Stoicism said we should accept things as they are and not depend on what others do to make us happy. Giving without asking for much in return prevents you from being disappointed and helps you practice emotional distance, which gives you a calmer mind. Whether we are aware of it or not, it is difficult for us to be completely selfless when we offer everything we have. Expect everyone to do the same when they are the ones who need something crucial. Although you have gotten people so used to having everything done for them that they will take for granted that you can handle everything in their lives and yours, especially yours. Because if you don't take care of yours, why would you take care of life from other people? In reality, your hopes for reciprocity will not be met, and you will end up grumpy, tired, irritable, and sad. Still, if we look at it objectively, people aren't letting you down. They're just doing what you're supposed to do, which is taking care of your own responsibilities. People just expect you to give them something, which is the second point the Stoics say is important to remember. True value comes from acting in a way that is good and logical, not just doing what other people want, in moderation and giving in a balanced way, helping you to stay in control of your actions and prevent you from acquiring habits that harm your mental health. You've heard all your life that people are creatures of habit, and that couldn't be more true. Truer people are made to adapt to a pattern, a way of life, and a symphony of things happening around them. The idea of the comfort zone comes from this desire to change. This means that if you are always giving to the people you help, they will expect it. You must give them something all the time. You will take them to their comfort zones, and they will not have to take on many of your responsibilities, because you will be there to fulfill them. If you don't value yourself, probably no one will look you in the eye and tell you to think more about yourself. At least don't expect that kind of empathy from the people you help, because they would cling to their own Robin Hood, which it would cost them a lot in their lives. Third, your goals will not be taken into account. The Stoics said it is important to live by reason and virtue, to set limits and put our own responsibilities first. If we want to maintain balance and not give up our identity and well-being for other people. If you put the needs of others before your own, you may end up running away from something inside you that hurts and scares you. How you feel when you spend the weekend alone or come home every day, knowing there is no one there to greet you. If you are doing so many different things because you want to escape from yourself, the blow will be twice as strong because, on the one hand, you will have to face yourself sooner or later, and on the other hand, your bad mood will get worse as you start putting the needs of others before your own self-care. The most important parts of being healthy. Before you can help others feel better, you need to make sure you are happy, pampered, and well taken care of. That is, you should never give someone a chocolate unless you first really liked one. Likewise, you shouldn't offer to clean a friend's house until you've cleaned your own and watched a good movie while drinking wine. The rest of the world comes after you. 4 people will think you are weak and treat you that way. Stoicism tells us to work on being strong and responsible for ourselves by setting limits and practicing self-discipline. We can show others that we are committed to our responsibilities and ideals, earning respect instead of being seen as weak. If you help other people too much over time and you may be seen as an expert in the field where you work with others, you may be making exactly the opposite impression when you don't set boundaries. People begin to see you as weak, just like the person who is so opposed to a boss that he will come to you to get rid of his responsibilities, because they know you won't say no. On the contrary, as soon as you use that magic word, they will start to feel something for you that they never thought they would. Respect, you will have a lot of asses or people who only come to you when they need something. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to be intelligent and wise in choosing who to help. With self-control and perspective, we can tell the difference between real people and those who want to take advantage. So we don't waste our time or energy on things that don't help. People who thought you were a good friend suddenly only want to hang out with you when they need something. If you think logically, it's not that unlikely that this could happen to you, as most people don't invite their employees or co-workers to have a coffee with them, let alone a beer. What's happening to you makes sense, but that doesn't mean it's fair. So you need to learn how to deal with the methods I will talk about at the end to prevent people from taking advantage of you. Sixth, you will only have people who want something and never those who want to give it. With patient judgment, we can build relationships that are real and good for both parties. People come into our lives because their energies match ours. That is, if we vibrate low, we attract people who are depressed, negative, have dark souls, and want to hurt us. When our vibrations are high, we attract people who are full of good energy, kindness, excitement, hard work, and joy. So when we give it to everyone, we lose a lot of energy and start vibrating at a low frequency. Telling you something. Based on the Stoic idea of self-awareness, pay attention to how you feel. The Stoics thought it was important to think about yourself to understand your feelings and desires. By paying attention to your feelings, you can tell if you are giving too much, and this makes needy people feel attracted to us, as well as opportunists who don't even want to help and just want to take from us what they can and leave, without even saying thank you. Seventh, you may end up becoming addicted to something. The Stoics taught people to be calm and responsible for themselves. Self-discipline in giving prevents us from getting stuck in bad habits and allows us to maintain a good relationship with our actions and choices. When scarcity is a regular part of our lives, the need for something grows, which is the best way to become addicted. Then one day, someone close to you might notice that you drink too much, and not just the spring waiter. They may also notice that you eat too much or even gamble too much. Pay close attention to what someone who cares about you says, because your first instinct might be to get mad at them and tell them you don't have a problem. But that's how people often act when they're so caught up in their own problems that they can't help themselves. See, they have one. Always remember that the people who care about you want what's best for you. So pay close attention to what they say, because they are trying to help you stop falling and move forward. Eighth, you will make people think twice. Stoicism tells us to do good things no matter what other people think of us. By focusing on living according to our beliefs and principles, we build a good image that can withstand false accusations. No matter how much we wish things were different, the truth is that there aren't many kind people in the world. So if you are one, people will be suspicious of you instead of being impressed and grateful. It won't be long before your kindness makes people wonder what's going on with you and what plans you have. Not telling anyone about it could mean you've met a group of suspicious people, but it's more likely they're just being honest. Most people who want to help too much are hiding such evil plans that it is better to stay away from them and refuse the help they offer. Now let's see what you can do to stop people from taking advantage of you. Strategy number 1, pay attention to how you feel, because it is mentally draining. This allows you to shift your focus and find a good balance. If you think helping other people is such a kind thing to do that you should feel like you're walking on clouds when you do it, then if you feel too busy, tired, irritated, or used, it's time to listen to how do you feel. If something you don't have to do makes you feel so bad that you shouldn't lie to yourself about it, instead figure out how the help you're giving affects your mental health. Point 2, don't be afraid of the negative word. Following the lessons of the Stoics, you must realize that your time and energy are valuable and need to be used in a balanced way. Self-control can be demonstrated by being able to refuse when you feel overwhelmed or when the request is unfair. Although the word negative can evoke unpleasant thoughts and sadness, it is common for us to have difficulty pronouncing it. However, if we don't learn to use this word when someone demands more from us than we can offer, pessimism will take over our lives. Practice in front of the mirror and affirm it to yourself, as it is the only way to regain your freedom and avoid unnecessary and potential risks. Strategy 3. You have a moment and a space for yourself. Honor them by following the Stoic values of self-discipline and self-esteem. It is essential to reserve time and space to take care of yourself. Do whatever you want, such as exercising, drawing, listening to music while enjoying a cup of tea, or any other activity that helps you complete your tasks faster. Take this seriously by scheduling this time daily or weekly. If anyone requests your assistance during this time, remember that they should be very respectful and understanding of you, not the situation. So, without hesitation, deny it and enjoy this time and space that is uniquely yours. If you don't want to be so direct, you can offer your help at another time, but make it clear that you will only be able to help for a brief period due to other commitments. Strategy number 4. Identify energy drainers and move away from them by following the Stoic principles of self-discipline and discernment. It's crucial to recognize which relationships are beneficial and which ones can drain you emotionally. By distancing yourself from people who constantly sap your energy without adding anything positive, you are taking care of your own health and demonstrating Stoic self-control in your interactions. Understand that trying to help an energy drainer is a losing battle. Does not work. These people burden you with their complaints, problems, and pessimistic outlook on life. Don't worry about trying to solve their problems, because if they were solved, they would stop complaining, something they wouldn't tolerate. In short, according to Stoic wisdom, balance is always the best measure, and generosity is no exception. If we give too little, we appear selfish and greedy, while if we give too much, we end up running out of energy, time, and probably financially as well. So lean towards shades of gray, which are still the best choice for finding a balance between meeting the needs of others and prioritizing your own. And if you're unsure, remember the key word, especially if they offer to drive you home through the car window. We have reached the end of this journey, and I sincerely hope that these suggestions will be of great use to you. Don't forget that you are an essential part of this channel. So if this video was helpful, thought-provoking, or informative for you, please leave a thumbs up so more people can discover the teachings of Stoic wisdom. And if you haven't already, don't forget to check out our ebook on Stoicism and how to apply it in your everyday life. Sign up for a daily dose of Stoic wisdom and personal growth.